Hello, hello. Welcome to Philosophy with Zee. I'm Zee. So glad you're here with me today as I continue on this journey of Philosophy with Zee. And today I'm starting a new book. It is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. On the front it says, powerful new techniques to program your potential for success. And this book was written, let's see, its copyright is 1986. So it's been out for quite a while. 1986. Awesome. So if you're new here, welcome. We take books and go through them chapter by chapter, and I share my insights and my experiences with how principles from the books apply in my life or how I will apply them to my life. And all of it is just for the purpose of bettering myself, being more authentic, living more happily and joyfully and freely, letting go of anything like thoughts, behaviors, situations, people, anything, emotions, like anything that holds me back from fully expressing and living and enjoying my life. I am learning to let it go. And I started this podcast so that I could take people on the journey with me. And I hope and pray that it reaches someone and it helps you as well. And this season is a little different because I am doing a video version and a podcast version. So as I'm recording my podcast, I am also recording myself talking, and I'll be putting it on YouTube, maybe on Vimeo as well. We shall see. Like, you know how life is. I'm just like going with the flow. I had no intention of doing this. It just kind of hit me like 5 minutes before I started this season. Maybe I should put it on YouTube as well. So here we go. So this has, by the way, 23 chapters. So it's going to be quite the journey doing one chapter a week. 23 chapters, one chapter a week. What is math? It's like half a year. So let's do it. The first chapter is called Looking for a Better Way. The opening line is italicized. It's my favorite. He says, you are everything that is. Your thoughts, your life, your dreams come true. You are everything you choose to be. You are as unlimited as the endless universe. I love that. You are unlimited as the endless universe. And you are everything you choose to be. Like, this book, I've already read the book. And I go through and read it another 2 or 3 times before I actually record so that I can pull out what I really want to talk about or just what comes to me, what I should talk about. I say a prayer before I record a podcast, and I'm just hoping that I can speak into somebody. Like, say something that will help somebody. So, you are everything you choose to be. So this book is interesting because, like, in this first chapter, he talks about how we don't really get to choose consciously what we're being at first because of programming. But let me just take it slow. Let me jump into it. Not jump into it, just gonna stick a toe in. So he kind of talks about, like, everybody thinks that we're supposed to have this great life full of endless opportunity and fulfillment. But for some reason, it seems like a lot of people don't get that. They don't get to experience this life of happiness and success. It seems like it doesn't work out like that for everyone. Some people just say that, oh, that's just fate, that's just destiny. Some people are just lucky. Some people get it, other people don't. But he wonders, like, what is it really? What holds us back? What is the wall that stands in the way from allowing us to do better and be better and truly do whatever we would like to and be whatever we'd like to be? So, let's see. So he talks about his own experience. For a long time, he was kind of living this life of dreaming. And he said he imagined, like when he was a kid, he would look up at the stars and just see the blanket of stars. And he imagined just reaching up and touching them. And and he loved that. Like that was his way of dreaming. And he could just see it coming true. And at some point along the line, people started telling him like what he should do and what he shouldn't do, what he can do and what he can't do. And because of that, he kind of let go of his dreams. They told him that he should be more practical and that he should have his feet on the ground. And they they said that dreaming was just like pointless, basically. And so he said it was years before he decided to dream again because he kind of got it talked out of him. And he just believed that dreaming is for kids and when you grow up, you don't do that anymore. You got to be practical. You got to be rational. You got to make the money, pay the bills. So, he eventually decided to kind of open up again and dream a little more. So he kind of went on what he calls an odyssey of different college campuses. And he was just talking to people to like figure out like what it is. Why do we stop reaching for the stars? And so he was studying human behavior. And it's so funny because he says that's something you can get a degree in without ever really figuring it out. But it's something that older people seem to know more about than younger people. And no matter how many educational degrees his professors had, he had a feeling that they couldn't figure out really what human behavior is all about. And I just thought that was interesting because it's like it's so real that we are humans living here amongst humans, also being a human ourselves. And somehow along the lines, we're just not even really knowing what's going on here. And that's been my experience at least. Oh my gosh, it's been so interesting to literally be living a life like waking up, doing stuff every day, and going to sleep and repeating, and then like really reflect back and be like, what did I even do today? Like, what am I doing with my life right now? And I've experienced that so many times. And a lot of times it was just like I could generally tell you what I was doing. Like, I'm in college. So I went to this class, this class, this class, and I worked at these times and I ate at these times. But I only knew what I was doing during those times because they were repetitive behaviors. I was doing them like every Monday, every Tuesday. So I knew what I did on those days. And so God, it's just so interesting. So next he said that he studied motivational marketing. And he said that that teaches what makes people do what they do even when they don't want to do it. So that's making people do things they want to do even when they don't want to do it. And he said like you really can't get anyone to do anything they don't want to do unless you force them. And he said for the most part in the free world, force is called advertising. And that blew me away because we are so inundated with advertising. It's really just like, it's really sad. It's really messed up that we have so much advertising everywhere around us. Like, I remember a time when there was no ads on YouTube, and even when there was no ads on Facebook or Instagram, like, ads are taking over. And basically what advertisements are like, hey, this is a problem you didn't know you had. We have a solution. And sometimes it can be great. Sometimes there's definitely been some ads that have been very helpful and useful to me in my life, and those are great. I appreciate it. But then there's other ones, like some are so scammy. There's been some of my ads on Instagram that are like, hey, buy this water bottle or buy these leggings or whatever. And you look through the comments and people would be like, don't buy from them. This is a scam. I ordered from them. It's been a month. I never received my items. Stuff like that. It's just like, oh, and don't even get me started on the email ads and the phone calls and the text messages. It's really relentless. And so I'm at the point in my life where even though I don't have a lot of money, I will still pay for the services that I use, because when you are paid subscriber to something, you don't have to deal with ads. And my time is precious, and like my mental space is precious. So I don't want to be inundated with ads that I never asked to see. And because they're tracking me on my other like internet things, like my when I'm researching online, or my .coms or whatever, or maybe listening. I don't know. I don't want to be too much of a conspiracy theorist, but whatever the case may be, like they are listening one way or another. Like they're knowing what we're doing, and I don't like getting ads curated to what I actually like, because I often see stuff that I don't really need, but it looks so good. It looks so appealing. And that's where they're knowing the human mind, the human behavior. So, anyway. So, they can force us to do things that we really don't want to do, but they make it look so good. They make you think you need it. And so, you get it. So man, like, wouldn't it be awesome if we could like advertise to ourselves about like the life or the future that we want to have, the one we aspire to, and we see that so many times that we suddenly are drawn to it and we're creating it and we're making it happen. That's a good thought right there. Okay, let's see, what else does he say? So he embarks on a journey of his own, and he studied mathematics, business, religion, psychology, and he found no concrete solution to the question of how does the average individual touch the stars in his or her heaven and still keep both feet on solid ground? Because I don't know if I said it before, but that's what he was when he was going to other colleges, or going to colleges and talking to students and professors. That was the purpose. He was going around talking to people to figure out, like, what is it? What are we missing? Like, what are we doing or not doing that is not allowing us to reach our dreams? Because what is the point of living if we're not reaching our dreams and goals? Just to be here and to work, and I mean, just being. Actually, yes, just being here is wonderful. I love to just be. But being gets kind of disrupted when I have to go to a job that is not fulfilling to my soul and my spirit and my future endeavors. And like in my last book, the Positive Intelligence, he did talk about how whatever job you're doing, like breaking people up in thirds. Like one third of people can find meaning in their job, one third of people can make a career out of their job, and one third of people have no fulfillment at all in their job. So, granted, it's not always about the actual job you're doing, but something that is become paramount to me is that in the job I'm doing, there is room for growth. So I could become like a manager, general manager even. I could be the manager of a whole region. But the time that I would have to put in to accomplish that goal would be like a lot, a lot. I would really miss out on my life as an individual and a person in society, and a person with the friend group and family members. But I would get a lot of money out of that. And so I have realized, like, what's paramount to me is that I want to have a lot of money in my life, but I want to live my life and enjoy my life. And I don't want to have to do it in a way that makes me miss out on my life. Like, that's crazy. So, I mean, no offense to people who are doing it, but like I'm here to like share my experience and like share these books with people, because maybe you're like me and you don't want to have to do that. If it's the choice you make, do it to the fullest. And I appreciate you for doing it because I don't want to, but I like the services that people provide. So I'm just not one of the people that can provide that service. It's just not mentally there for me. So I am so much loving this book and the other books that I've been reading because it's truly helping me to shift my perspective and what I think is possible and everything that I think I know. Like a wise man said, wait, somebody once said, a wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. And so, literally, as I wake up each new day, it's a brand new day. I never did this day before. I don't know what to expect, except the programming that I brought into myself from yesterday and all the previous days is what I tend to manifest. Okay, oh my gosh, I digress so hard. But trust me, it's just because I've read the book already, so I kind of can anticipate what's coming. And also, it's just like all of my other like thoughts and ideas and experiences getting morphed into this, because everything is everything, really. So I'm gonna round this up pretty soon here. Oh wow! So the recording app was at 16:19, and my phone, I have it on a 24-hour clock, is also at 16:19. That's interesting. Okay, so he's searching for this answer to this question. What is it going to take the average individual to reach the stars while remaining on the ground? He thinks that it might be something so obvious that it's just been overlooked, but he says that he believes that mastering one's future must surely start with managing oneself, like me. So if we could accomplish that, mastering oneself, then we could master any part of our lives. And so he continues to look for solutions. And he figured, like, as long as humans have been around, like, I'm sure someone has already come up with it. So he found dozens of answers, but only one solution. And that is the end of chapter 1. But I won't leave you hanging on the edge of your seat. I will tell you that in the next part, he talks about answers. And I mean, I guess it's really not like that big of a secret. It's self-talk. That's what the whole book is, what to say when you talk to yourself. So I am just going to kind of leave you hanging. Because even in the next chapter, he doesn't really actually say it's self-talk. But at the end of the day, at the end of the book, at the end of the podcast, it's self-talk. That is what is keeping us going towards our dreams or away from them or whatever the case may be. But this next chapter, he talks about our subconscious programming. So if that is intriguing to you, please stick around and listen or watch the next episode. So until then, I am Zalika, and I am here for you on this journey of growth and self-discovery and changing your mind and manifesting your dreams. So if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Reach out to me. My website is abstractlogic.me, abstractlogic.me. I am on social media, Zalika Thompson. I guess I should spell it. Zalika. I am here. I'm available. Even if you go to my website, on my homepage, if you scroll down, it has my social medias listed there. So all you gotta do is reach out. I'm here for you, and I am anticipating it. I'm always waiting to talk to somebody. So until next time, peace, love, and blessings, beautiful people.